let's see what he has to say to us.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought Logan was going to hire me. In all seriousness, this video does have some major admissions in it I want to go through. For one, Logan apologizes to me.
Narcissists will use apologies as a way to manipulate again. The truth is, in stopping the scams, which he will never do, he's not sorry, he's not that guy. And by that guy, he means a dude who will scam anyone and everyone as long as he gets away with it. I know this shouldn't be on this channel. I know. But you know, I just, honestly, you guys, I know myself and I just know I can't handle being on my main channel right now. And I think it's important for me to recognize that because I have to be strong enough to be on that channel. And I also have to be strong enough to handle said hate comments. And let's just be honest, I'm not there. I'm not there, but I am definitely here for this video and I very much want to watch it. To Pearl the Pig, I'm sorry, I do not want anyone to think I neglected that because trust me, I definitely saw that Logan had a pig named Pearl, and yes, it did shake me to my core from start to finish. Maybe a video on that in the future on my other channel, but as of right now, I am honestly just so surprised that this man apologized. But at the same time, I think he came to his senses, or at least somebody came to their senses over there on that corner of whatever map he's on. And, you know, let him know, you know, we're not gonna win this one. And that's okay. Sometimes you can have losses and make them turn into your advantage. At least I have seen myself having to do that on certain occasions from here to there. Anyways, let's hop in here. 13 minutes. Logan Paul apologized to me personally. Haven't been on CoffeeZilla's channel. I just want to know his response because when I saw Logan have his little apology, I was just like, I'm good. I really don't want to give it any attention to that. I'll wait until CoffeeZilla has something to say. So here we are. If you cannot hear or if it's like not as clear, I apologize. My dishwasher is on and we are pretty close to it right now. So let's hop in here and see what's going on. It's all I could say is just wow.
Well, it's finally over.
Is it though?
Logan Paul apologized.
Did he though?
CoffeeZilla, your slimiest. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, more like an internet criminal.
Oops, wrong video. That was the first response. He actually apologized in another response.
I'm done with
It's like a
it.
little knack. It's like a little more than that. The defamation lawsuit. That is happening because this is wrong. This is wrong.
Hold on, wait a second. That's not it either.
It ain't.
Turns out it's actually on his secondary channel. That's why I couldn't find it. It's entitled, Thank You, CoffeeZilla. It's the third response from Logan Paul, and it's a pretty big change.
And I really saw it and I was like, you know, I'm not even gonna entertain that because, sir, why didn't you post that on your main channel? Bye. Bye!
In Logan's attitude so
Bye.
far. So let's see what he has to say to us.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought Logan was gonna hire me. In all seriousness, this video does have some major admissions in it I want to go through. For one, Logan apologizes to me.
I called him. I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire and ego.
Not only that, Logan also pledges a $1.3 million refund plan for people who bought his NFTs.
I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million.
In addition to that, he also promises to finish CryptoZoo, which was left abandoned.
And then step 3, obviously finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper.
Now, I'll be honest, this is a big change in tone, and honestly, a lot of this is good news. It's great that victims are going to get something back. Logan seems to acknowledge his continuous lapse in judgment. He's not suing me, which is also cool. And frankly, this new response is just way better than his last two. I think we can all acknowledge that, while also acknowledging that it's not really a perfect response either. There are still major problems here. Like, for example, many of the victims just have been ignored in this response. A lot of accusations have gone unanswered, and worse, Logan still seems to be playing the victim a lot. So in this video, I'm gonna do my best to give Logan credit where credit is absolutely due, while also sharing moments where I think this apology fell flat. And let me start with a positive. For example, I think if you were an outsider who is not affected by this scam and you wanted a reason to love Logan Paul again, I think this nails it. I mean, he's giving back some of the money, he's apologizing. So if you're a card-carrying member of the Low Gang, you can rest easy here. Logan says he's sorry, he says he's making things right. And I think that's the point of this video, is to speak to his core audience, to tell them he didn't scam anyone. And for what it's worth, I think Logan succeeds here. The problem is, I don't think I or the CryptoZoo holders were who Logan was really addressing here. And this is where the response falls more flat, because he...
Now remember, at the end of his first video, he said that that video was for his fans. I think a lot of people ignored that, okay? That video was not for CoffeeZilla. That video was not for us. It was not for the haters. It was for his fans. That's what he said, that it was for his fans. And he like somewhat kind of stuttered around that moment, but regardless,
he doesn't adequately address the real victims of CryptoZoo, which I think they're rightfully angry about. And I wanted to spend some time talking about that because, again, they've been the heartbeat of this whole story, and they feel very differently about this response than Logan's core audience does. They don't feel like it's enough. And I want to talk about why. Starting with the $1.3 million repayment plan. Because obviously this is the strongest part of Logan's entire response, actually opening up his wallet. And I don't want to minimize that in this video. I just do want to put it in context because $1.3 million is a lot of money. Unfortunately, the scam was much bigger than $1.3 million. So the fact is, most victims are not going to be made whole by this plan. Just in Zoo Coins alone, blockchain evidence shows $7.7 million was stolen by Logan's team, depending on who you believe. And this refund does nothing for those victims. It doesn't even apply to the holder of Zoo Coins at all. You get nothing if you bought this in-game currency. This refund only applies to current egg holders. So they can cash out that NFT for the initial mint price in crypto, which matters sort of because crypto has crashed a lot. So even though people spent $2.5 million on these eggs, in order to refund all these holders at mint price, it now only costs $1.3 million in today's money, which again is nice, but doesn't do enough because the Zoo Coins were most of this scam. I mean, that's where most of the money was spent. It wasn't just on the NFTs. It was on this in-game currency, which Logan seems to have no intention of refunding. And his response for why is pretty bad. He responds to somebody who lost $80,000 who told him, "I hope this isn't just doing what you have to do technically to not get sued." Logan replies with a screenshot of his white paper and later explains to another member of the Discord, "I believe there has been a misconception here. As outlined in the white paper, Zoo was created to support CryptoZoo and was not intended to be an investment vehicle. When you sold or bought is not my decision."
So 5 minutes in, and really my same statement is in my head. I don't feel sorry for any of these people. You saw Logan Paul as a good person to follow for an investment. I'm sorry. I don't know how I'm supposed to get around that. I don't know how I'm supposed to get around that and think like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, I mean, I get it. He has a lot of followers and this and that, but we're in a time where a lot of people have that. A lot of people have blue checks. A lot of people are somebody, right? So at the end of the day, you know, the only thing for me that's really going to stand out is, you know, being a human being. And quite frankly, we are short in supply of that. I don't know if you guys have realized, but we are in very short supply of people just being humans. I mean, dang, I just saw this man shoot the heck out of a cop. Oh my God, it was crazy. The cop was being nice. Cop was just like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. Da, da, da." Literally, I'm just thinking nothing happened. He's just like, "Okay, well, you know, have a good day." Walks back to the car. Gun. But just, I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was just like, and I get it. A lot of people shoot a lot of people, but there was no motive. Like, I think for so long, I've always been like, what's the motive? What's the motive? What's the motive? But we're in a time where people don't even care about the motive. It's just like, how do I get that? I'm just going to do that to get that. Don't even care about the motive. Oh, did I get what I want? Okay, I got what I wanted. Who cares about why? Did I get it? All right, I did. I don't care about what I did. I just needed to do that. Like, what? Like, it's almost like there's no, like, train of thought. And then I started learning about Common Core math. Ooh, stop me now, child.
And look, to be fair to him, there was a misconception that Zoo was an investment vehicle. But it's a misconception that he created. I mean, he's the one who said CryptoZoo was a fun game that earned you money, and how it earned you that money was that your NFTs earned you Zoo tokens. You know, things that were supposed to have value. That was the whole point of the game. So to suggest that these coins weren't advertised as valuable or an investment vehicle is insane, especially since Logan's own team had rules for selling based strictly on the value of said investment vehicle.
Every time I watch this man, I can't focus on nothing he's saying because I am just engulfed in his background. I'm just like, what's that? What's that over there? We got the fan that's on. My brain is, it's insane.
Quote, rules for selling.
Like,
no selling
I wish
until
y'all
a
could hear what I'm
$200
thinking. I'm just like-
million market cap. So I think it's fair to say if Logan's own team were buying,
And then I'm thinking about like the camera being over here, and then he's looking over here, and there's a camera over there set up, and there's probably a microphone up here. Oh my God, my brain is just.
Zoo coins early, waiting for them to go up in value to a certain level
Yeah.
and then selling them, that sounds like an investment vehicle, albeit a very stupid
There's a
one.
guitar
this
over here.
explanation definitely doesn't hold water,
just-
and Logan obviously just doesn't want to be on the hook
Like
for
a
Zoo
puzzle.
coins. Instead, he just kind of wants to refund the much smaller part of the NFTs. What makes this even worse is that this refund doesn't even apply to everyone who bought these NFTs, because some of these people sold their NFTs at a deep loss thinking that CryptoZoo was over, that it was abandoned, and there's actually a way you could have tracked this whole thing, or Logan could have, and found a way to repay all the people who lost money on egg. But instead, this refund only applies to current holders, meaning nobody who sold during the year and a half this project was abandoned gets anything back, which is a large percentage of the actual victims. And this is pretty bad. This was brought to Logan's attention by one of the people in the Discord. Joao says, quote, Logan Paul, what will happen to the people who sold everything at a loss when the project appeared to be, quote, abandoned? Will everyone who minted be able to get that refund, or just the current owners? Now, in reply to this, someone in the Discord said, if you sell, you lose common investing knowledge. And Logan replies, seeming to agree with this idea, which is just kind of
Of course he agrees.
a terrible perspective for Logan to have when he seems to be saying that he wants to fund these people. And he's the reason.
That's like one thing I really find so interesting about finance is at the end of the day, it gets down to like dog eat dog world. Who's the bigger dog? Who's the bigger shark? Who has the most hoes? Who has the most cars? Who has the most money? Like that's just what it ends up being, even when it may not even mean to be that. Like it can just end up being that. And it's like, wait, whoa. I thought we were just like, talking business here. And then before you know it, it's like, well, how much did you make? What tax bracket are you in? How much did you make? Well, where's your Rolex? And it just becomes like this whole like competition. And I'm just like, oh my God, you guys make my anxiety so high. Calm down, chill, breathe. I can't.
A lot of these people
I feel like
and
maybe
this is where
if you
Logan's
could get
new
it,
apology starts
like,
to ring more hollow. It's in
you
all
know,
of the follow-ups after the response video, because
after you
I don't know
die,
if he can help him.
Like if there was a way to take money with you after you die, like let's say there was like a bank that's like, this is set up to your afterlife. That would be so cool. You know what I mean? Because really, I feel people look really crazy sometimes. I just think in my head like, yeah, and you're gonna die and what? I don't know.
From betraying how he really feels about this, because in another Discord exchange, Logan says, please do not put any more money into CryptoZoo. Which, by the way, is quite
No,
reasonable
please.
to say.
Please
but then
stop,
somebody
guys.
follows up and says, guys, can someone explain what he said with not investing? But rather than replying, oh, guys, I just meant like I don't want anyone else losing money, or, I don't want anyone else recklessly gambling, Logan replies instead, quote, I will no longer be the scapegoat for anyone's financial decisions, which is a wild response for someone who's claiming to refund people, because it implies that he thinks he's the victim here. And this is just insane to say as the face of this project, which got everyone involved, because I think it betrays how he feels about this situation. He doesn't seem to see anything wrong with advertising a game that will make you money, it never delivering, millions of dollars being stolen by criminals he hired. And then when all of those people want their money back, he feels like he's the scapegoat. Like, oh, these guys shouldn't have believed me when I advertised to them a fun game that will make you money. it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, Logan had a simple job to do. All he had to do was just come out, apologize, get as much money back for the victims as possible. But he himself can't help but play the victim here. In fact, I have a third example of how Logan might really feel, because Logan tweeted right before this response. He says, quote, "The Matrix is real.
That.
Pray you never become its target." Now,
you know what's funny about that? I saw that it popped up on my second phone, wherever my other phone is. The phone that I use to vlog, whatever. It's not like on, but it's on, whatever. I saw it pop up, and I just thought in my head, like, here we go again. And then today I see, was it Gretchen? Gretchen got arrested, right? In Sweden. Lord, I think I screenshotted it. Let me see. Did I screenshot it? Of course I did. Okay, so, let's see if we can get focused there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and what's interesting is this picture's so similar to the Andrew Tate picture, and I thought, I wonder what Andrew Tate thinks about, like, does he think that's the Matrix, like, taking over and putting her in the corner, or is that not the same? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's an interesting conversation, because obviously those that know, like, we know, especially when we meet other people that fully know. But the way it's being used in some of these narratives is absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious to me.
I guess he's trying to channel Andrew Tate here unsuccessfully.
Don't even get me started.
Basically saying,
Not
like,
unsuccessfully.
I'm getting attacked, not because I did anything wrong or scammed anyone. I'm just too much of a truth teller. I'm just an enemy of the system. That's why I must be getting attacked. But if that's the case, we then have to wonder, did the Matrix force you to apologize? Did it force you to hand back 1.3 million? I just think comments like this go so far to undercut his apology, because it's very clear that instead of actually, like, caring about the victims, he feels like he's a victim. I mean, he's saying, like, oh, pray you never become its target. Who's the Matrix, though, Logan? Like, is it your fans who got robbed? Who are the agents coming after you? I know it's not me. I know you're not saying I'm the Matrix here in my $10 million studio. Because after all, you're thanking me. You're thanking the Matrix. Like, what is this response? It's so childish, the way he speaks about this stuff. And again, this isn't to be dismissive of Logan's actions if he follows through, because there is a lot of good that 1.3 million can do. And you know what? If he goes back and he finishes the game, that's also good. But it's just so frustrating when the good that Logan seems to be doing, he's doing the bare minimum of at the last possible second, with motivations that seem to be, in the proper context, to say it lightly, irreparably tainted by self-interest. Now, I'm not going to address Logan's other two response videos, which are mostly like attacking me, because Logan sort of walked those back now. He's apologized. He said he was going to delete them. I think he deleted one of them. The other one's still up. I don't know if the impulsive episode's going to go down. Either way, it's just much less interesting now that he says he doesn't, like, mean it anymore. He's not going to sue. So I don't feel the need to publicly defend myself. If you're curious about all the wild stuff that was wrong in those first two responses, I'll put the video live on my Patreon. But I didn't want to release it at the time because I thought there was a better chance at getting a good ending for the victims here if I was a bit more diplomatic with Logan at this critical juncture when he was deciding whether he was going to give money back or not. I don't know if I succeeded in moving the needle, but that was certainly my intention. Either way, now that Logan has responded with his plan, and I've given my perspective on how much I think it's rooted in, self-interest versus a genuine, attempt to help out the victims, I think this is about as much as I'm going to be able to contribute to this situation. I mean, I do think it's incredible that even $1.3 million came of this, while I also can acknowledge that it's not nearly enough for the real victims of this. I'll follow up in the future to make sure that he actually gives that money away. But for now, I think most of the CryptoZoo victims, if they're still hungry for justice, are going to have to take it up with Logan in ways that are different than I can do on YouTube here. Which, by the way, I think some of them are. In fact, I just saw a lawyer on YouTube, Attorney Tom. He's going to start the legal process going after Logan using stuff like the arbitration clause in their terms of service. So I just wanted to say, if you're a victim of CryptoZoo, you can check out that video, which I'll link to you if you want, or consult with a lawyer, because I'm sure for the people who lost a lot of money, this is certainly not the end for them, because they didn't get a full refund, and I'm sure they'll be seeking one. But even though it's not the end for them, it is the end for me for now. this is the end of the CryptoZoo saga, and I wanted to say and give a huge heartfelt thank you to everyone who viewed this and supported me throughout this. It's been insane, the level of support when Logan was threatening us, and I do not take it lightly. There is an alternate universe where if that hadn't happened, Logan would feel emboldened to sue me and probably not give much back to the victims. So it's your support that made all the difference and got the victims at least something. So that wraps it up. Thank you for watching.
Bye. You know what? He probably would have won. He probably would have won if they actually went to court over this, and Logan would have looked very stupid, and it probably would have been more money than 1.2 million or whatever. Ooh, let me read some comments. I can't. Oh my Lord Jesus. I love how you're not going to let this just die down because he apologized. No, honestly though, that's why I was like, let me watch this, because I was like, okay, he apologized, but you know, I don't know the nitty gritty. So the definition of class integrity and journalistic due diligence. Hats off to you, sir. The fact that he couldn't even post the apology on his main channel, and that's exactly why I said no, I'm not reacting to it. I'm not about to hop on it. I'm not about to, oh my God, Pearl's the pig and blah, blah, blah. Because it's just fueling his brand. You know what I mean? So I was just like, nah, I'm gonna wait till CoffeeZilla says something, because I know that he's spinning this into his advantage, obviously, with the freaking, what was it? Prime energy drink? I can't. It honestly doesn't even matter, because people are still gonna be like, well, I'm the one that has the exclusive Prime energy drink. I'm the one that's sponsored. Like, you know, like it doesn't, people don't have morals anymore. Like, we live in a world where people with morality are, it's a scarcity. It's not rare. I mean, it is rare. It's rare to see people that have some sense of morality. And it's weird when I have those conversations with people who are like, no, I can tell you, like, you know, you have like a sense of what you want, what you like, you know, how you expect things to be. And I'm just like, shouldn't everybody? I'm confused. Like I'm sorry. I'm not about to sit over here and bend over backwards for whoever you think you are in whatever bubble of the world that you think you are. It's just it's just not me. I don't know. I'm just gonna work on me and you know, try to get stronger. So speaking of getting stronger, I will still be doing my live stream on January 22nd, saying goodbye for however long that's going to be, but I did want to continue obviously creating content, for my second channel, and obviously just keeping that creativity alive instead of just completely like abandoning it. But for my main channel, yeah, I just don't think I'm strong enough to be on there as consistently as I have been in the past. But hopefully I get stronger, but I'm not going to be one of those people that's just, you know, I'm going to put myself out there knowing that I'm just not really in the place to be doing so. So hopefully it doesn't last that long. But let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know your thoughts on this reaction, and let me know your thoughts on CoffeeZilla and Logan Paul. I think this was done very well. And I think Logan, it's just blind followers at this point. I don't know. That's how I see it. I see these people as people who have blind followers. That's all it is. Like blind robot followers. I don't see any substance to them at all. Even with all of the money, blue checks, there's no substance. So the second I don't see any substance, it's like, I'm out. Like, I don't understand. You're just another copycat Andrew Tate's Nico wannabe. I don't even know what to call these people anymore. I'm tired and I'm exhausted, and I will see y'all in the next live stream. Yeah, I guess in the live stream. It won't even be in the next video. I'll see y'all in the live stream. I'm gonna end this video reading comments because I actually do want to read the comments. How you handle this whole thing proves how mature and respectable you are. You give credit where it's due and call the BS as you see it. Remember, Logan hasn't refunded a penny yet. All right, he just said it. He hasn't done it yet. Don't get corrupted in the future. We need honest people like you. Hey, honestly, ain't that the truth? As a journalist, I thank you. You've exposed something that many people have been wanting to air. Narcissists will use apologies as a way to manipulate again. The truth is, in stopping the scams, which he will never do, he's not sorry, he's not that guy. And by that guy, he means a dude who will scam anyone and everyone as long as he gets away with it. Disgusting. That's exactly what he thinks. Oh, where are the good people? I'm tired of these people being uplifted. I'm tired. Fully exhausted and over it. Goodbye.